So, the new record 2020, what did you want to say to fans with this new record? And then also, how did you want to change things up for this new album?
I don't know how I set out to make a statement. When we wrote what I thought was the record, in retrospect, was really just the first batch of songs. And when I'd come up with the album title while we were in Nashville in March of 2019, in retrospect, I realized that first batch was the beginning of something. So I said to the band, the title of the album should be Bon Jovi 2020. And in truth, Mark, it was meant to be tongue in cheek. It was a bumper sticker. It was a t-shirt. And as things took shape and as I saw things going on in the world, I thought if I could be a witness to history and capture those moments, it would be an interesting exercise for me. And with time, many events unfolded, and I had to write Lower the Flag, and I had to write American Reckoning, and I had to write Do What You Can. And so then the record was unique for me because it wasn't just my journey, it was yours and mine. It was ours. We were all living these moments in time together.
So tell me a little bit about American Reckoning and Do What You Can, because those are two newer songs. The album was supposed to come out in May. At what point did you say to yourself, I need to put pen to paper for what's going on right now in your country?
I started to think about the album and how I would discuss it. And it was finished. And I thought, okay, I've made a topical record. And I was addressing a number of the songs. But what I meant by topical in and of that moment wasn't a complete thought. There were too many songs that were still just personal. And I thought, okay, if I'm gonna have a topical record when COVID hit and not write about COVID, I would be remiss. And so I set out to write Do What You Can. And I got excited. I thought, okay, this helps me tell my story. And then with the death of George Floyd, I had to challenge myself yet again to sit down and attempt to capture the emotions I was feeling. And I worked very hard to make sure I got it right. It wasn't that I wasn't aware of things like white privilege, because we work in the field of hunger and homelessness, and I've done it in Camden and Newark and Philadelphia and Atlanta and Southern California and Houma, Louisiana. So I've witnessed these things for 15 years now. But to put it into a song was daunting. I made sure I got it right. And what I hope that people see in the album is just that I'm bearing witness, writing what happened all around us and leaving it up to you to decipher the opinions you take from it.
When you can't do what you do what you can.
Talk to me a little bit about, you said bearing witness and making a statement record, but you've been making music for 30 plus years. How do you decide, or how does that change? How did you morph to become a singer-songwriter who wanted to sort of capture these moments for people?
Twofold, Mark. I think that one of it is that I'm of a certain age, that, your focus changes, your abilities grow, and your desire to write a certain kind of song morphs. So I couldn't rewrite You Give Love a Bad Name if I wanted to. That was a perfect song for me at 25, but not at 58, and so this is where I'm at. And I'm also open enough in all of my senses to be able to see and then able to say what it is that I'm witnessing. And in doing so, I didn't want to take sides. I just wanted to bear witness the way a a reporter would, a historian does, and just say, this is what happened on this day and at this time. No embellishments.
Talk to me a little bit about the relationship with your audience. The first time I saw you guys play live was probably 20 years ago, or maybe not quite. It's a while. And it was hit after hit. I remember the people beside us, my wife and I, they were singing every lyric at the top of their lungs. But obviously, your fans have grown up with the band. And talk to me a little bit about being able to reflect their own journeys as well in your songwriting.
Thank you. That's kind of you to know that or see or say that. But when we first came to Toronto in 1984, and we played at the El Macambo, and I, you know, I made the rounds on the video channels and all that stuff, and went on the radio stations, and with Joey Vendetta, wasn't that his name, the DJ up there? Right?
Yeah.
I get bonus points for that. You know, I remember all those little things, but that's who we were and I was at that time. People joined this journey, got off when they got married or had kids or stopped listening to rock and roll. Okay, they get off of the train. Other people joined on as the years went on. And that's the way a true career is. People are there from the beginning. Some people get on in the middle. Some people are there throughout or only get on at the end. Point is that I never tried to be something I wasn't, and I'm 58 years old now. So it's a long way from the El Macambo and Joey Vendetta to, you know, to talking to you today at 58 and being the witness to history in the most tumultuous of years.
I would think there's many times that you could say to yourself, you had made it. What was the moment though that you can look back and say, yes, I'm here to stay. This is going to last for the rest of my life?
When you're that young, you think that is having made it. When in truth, when we came to Toronto for that first time, we had a record deal. So I thought that was the big time. We didn't have enough money for our own hotel room. You know, you had to double up, let alone a career. We had Runaway. So, but you thought that was success. I can honestly tell you that with Slippery, you thought this has to be the pinnacle. And each and every time you set a new mountaintop. To this day, I don't know that I really believe that we've quite achieved what I was hoping to do. It's just that constant desire to do better than last time. And I don't mean that in measuring chart success or record sold. That's not it. It's the artistic feeling that I get when I write a song, because that, more than recording it or performing it live, is the closest thing that a songwriter will ever know to immortality. And that is the ultimate goal, is to write a song that's going to outlive you. That's the goal. That is the ultimate goal.